When you become someone that knows what is good for you and not good for you, you start to make very important decisions. And some of those decisions will upset certain people. And when you make certain decisions and certain people that you care about are not on board, how does that make you feel? Most times it will make people feel like they're being a bad person. And I'm here to tell you in this video that when you find the strength within to create boundaries, even with those that are close to us, and it make you feel like a bad person, when you continue to lean into that tension, that is your strength. And when people don't agree with it, that is not your tension to fix anymore. And if it was in the past, we can do work on it together because you're not alone. I used to feel like that. I used to have to fix other people's tension, opinion. I used to look for validation on the outside of me for me to feel good enough. I used to try to analyze, who do I need to be today to receive some validation or approval from certain individuals. And in the past few years, when I discovered what I have within me, and that is a power to be my true authentic self, to be someone who wants to speak openly about it, to help other people with the content that I deliver on the channel, to become an individual that is not attached to certain things, and to show others that you have this unique gift within you. And when you start to think the way that I speak to you, that everything on the outside of you will shift in accordance to how you start to view life. And if that makes you feel like a bad person at first, that's okay. It's completely normal when you set boundaries with people that you care a lot about, or you care a lot about their opinion. And it's not something that you can just turn the off button on. People with physical attraction, family members, children, parents. These are all people that for years we've had to cater to them, what they need from us, what they expect from us, the person that they want us to be. And in turn, it's created a set of patterns and beliefs and decisions that we have made in our lives to please them. And what happens is when you rediscover the power for your own life within your body, because you have it, you've begun this journey of doing this inner work. I've been doing it for years. I don't know how many years you've been doing it. Let me know down below. When you rediscover this power, your natural state of being is to feel love. When you rediscover this power, you will spend time on things that make you feel love. That sense of adventure, living in elevated states, wanting to do things you love to do every day. Not always needing to do things for other people. And what that does is it creates tension in them for the decisions that you have chosen to make. And that is not yours to manipulate or to change. It is your strength when you begin saying no. It is your strength when you begin believing in a greater life. It is your strength to show up as your authentic self, regardless if people walk away from you. Because when certain people walk away from you, or you create the boundary to walk away from them, you are doing yourself a favor. And the universe is helping you out on this quest, on this journey to become the best version of yourself. When you are being the person that wants to apply yourself, wants to create a new business, for example, if you are constantly focusing on everything else except for you and how you feel and taking time for yourself every day, if you are not doing that and spending 5 hours of your day on your cell phone answering other people because you feel like if you're not connecting with them every single day, that's creating tension. But really, you become way more magnetic to people when you allow them to feel tension with you. And you allow yourself to be the bad guy or to be the bad girl. Is being a bad person magnetic? Or is being a bad person just you finding it within you to break through to this other side that you didn't know you had within you because you always had to please them? You always had to do things for them to receive things that you feel like is missing in your own life. When you rediscover your passion, your purpose, all of this other stuff, this mumbo jumbo stuff on the outside of us, it will not matter. It won't. It's just an illusion. The only thing that there is in existence that matters is you in this present moment that landed on this video. The present moment is all there is, and it's all that you need. When you allow a power from up above to live within you and all around you and live in gratitude in elevated states and share that love, peace, and gratitude with others, great synchronicities and things and opportunities will come to you and your creations. Because you're no longer living from the victim side of things. You're no longer living needing to ease other people's tension. You take your power back and you take time out of your day. When I started to periodically disconnect from social media, like have my notifications off and find times out of the day where I'll allow myself 20 minutes here and there, instead of picking up the phone every 5 minutes or hiding in another room to check my phone or checking it while I'm driving instead of listening to an informative podcast. There are always other things that we could be doing that are more in alignment with our path rather than always having to send energy to others. When you're on social media and using your cell phone to receive or to give validation to others, that is you constantly sending your energy outward. And what does that do when you're on your phone for 7 hours a day? Leaves you feeling drained, leaves you feeling not very powerful, not much energy to want to create something new, not wanting to make a change in your life because you're living in the comfortable, you're an autopilot. That you're not even thinking about how many hours you're on your phone, you're just doing it. You're just stuck in the spiral, living like that every single day. But when you become aware of how much screen time you've actually been using and detach from it a little bit, the people on the other end are not going to think you're bad or that you're ignoring them. They're going to see that you have strong boundaries, and those that don't see that and think that you are treating them poorly, you're being bad, well, you just allow them to have their opinion that they want, and they can be here if they want, or they can walk away from us if they want. That is a lot more powerful than you needing to be on your phone every 5 minutes texting with this person or receiving texts back. This is just rediscovering your purpose, rediscovering your passion for life. and pick up a book. Read sometimes. Instead of just reading everything that's on Instagram and Facebook. Just take some time for yourself. And let me know if you try that this week, how it feels when you set some times periodically throughout a day to check social media rather than being on it an unlimited amount of time with no filter, with no rules. We live in a day and age where we don't even realize that 90% of our day is spent on there looking for dopamine fixes, that we could be feeling this love, this passion, this radiance, this feeling successful and wanting to apply that and take action on different things in your life, and different things will come true. But you're not living in alignment when you're constantly projecting your energy away from you or constantly needing to please other people, even though sometimes it makes us feel like a bad person. If you begin to lean into that tension this week, that is going to be you leveling up and becoming a gamer. All right? We'll see you on the next video.